Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days.
Alright, what up, y'all? Planet of Fakes, and you know, I'm reviewing this Brittany Bowens interview, and one thing just jumped out and grabbed me when she says it. I'm not gonna tell y'all beforehand, I'm gonna say it after y'all hear this.
After the Maleah was missing, where was that other kid?
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to go according to the storyline. So, okay, so that's what I'm trying to go according to the storyline. So, okay, so that's what I'm trying to go according to the storyline. So.
All right, now I don't know about you, but even at the beginning of the interview, where the interviewer says, "Tell us about your whatever," he didn't call it an ordeal. He didn't call it a tragic incident. They keep making light of the fact that this little girl is supposed to be dead. Now, you just heard the mother say she's trying to go according to the storyline. So is Maleah Davis a story, or did it actually occur? Because nobody in their right mind is going to go through something tragic and say, oh, I'm trying to go in accord to the storyline. That storyline is kind of like the Kanika thing. People stopped calling it a tragedy and all this and just started calling it a Kanika situation, Kanika issue. We see the same thing here with Maleah Davis. Her mother just said she's trying to go with the storyline. Now, she could mean the story she was told, or she could mean something else. Let's listen to a little more.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to go according to the storyline. So during that whole day, we was looking for them. We couldn't find them, whatever.
All right, and I'm pausing it because she's not telling us from Darian's perspective to her. She's actually telling us what she allegedly experienced. So why would that be a story instead of an event timeline? I'm trying to go according to the timeline, not storyline. One more time.
That's what I'm trying to go according to the storyline. So during that whole day, we was looking for them. We couldn't find them, whatever. Later on that night.
Whatever. You should never hear no whatevers. You got to realize, once this happens to your daughter, a year later, you told this story not only 1,000 times to people, but it's going over in your head 1,000,000 times. So that shows me that she probably wasn't thinking about it much.
Which was Saturday. It was that Saturday. I got a phone call saying that only Corbin and Darian appeared at the hospital at Methodist. I think that's the hospital in Sugar Land. Mm-hmm.
She used a word that courts use, appeared. How many people would say, I invited so-and-so to my house, but blase blah and blase blah appeared? We normally would say Darian and the baby were the only ones that arrived, that went to the hospital, that showed up. She said appeared.
That's when I realized Maleah was gone. Mm-hmm. They told me that she had been kidnapped, and I remember I was completely exhausted.
So who took Cortland to the hospital?
Cortland was with Darian.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, and that's just that. I just wanted to get that storyline part together. Y'all hear that? Tell me what you think.
And they were supposed to pick me up that night, and they never showed. And I was like, well, hell, it's pouring down, raining. Maybe he can't find me. Our phones were off and stuff, and I was getting...
So he was supposed to come pick you up?
He was supposed to come pick me up, and he never did.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. All right, so
I was like stranded at the damn airport, going back and forth. My nerves was on 10. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I was like, man, I just hope that they okay. Mm-hmm. It never happened. I don't know. It's just weird because I've never experienced nothing like this with him. Mm. You know, and so I was really worried, and it got to a point where I was just like, okay, if this, I'm gonna call my mom. Hopefully she's up. Thank God she was up. She came and got me. And then after She came and got me. I told her what was going on and stuff. But as she was on her way, she was like, let me know if he gets there so I can just go back home. But he never showed. And then after that, we went back to the house. And
You went back with your mom?
yeah, I went to my house.
So when did you get the news that she was missing?
We didn't realize they were missing completely until the 4th.
So the day that your mom came and picked you up?
It had to, yeah, I guess you could say that because it was early in the morning.
So who called the police or anything like that?
We didn't call the police until like 7, 8 something that morning. It was me, his brother, and it was my mom. And we waited. Like, we were like, well, maybe he'll find his way home. Because, you know, he's not from here. So I didn't know if he knew how to get to the airport without Wi-Fi.
So he's supposed to come get you? He's supposed to fly to come get you?
No, he's supposed to drive to come get me.
What he's going to go to the airport for then?
I was at the airport.
Oh, he was going to drive to come get you from the airport?
Yes.
Okay,
and he never showed up.
Okay,
it was supposed to be him and the kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Alright, so that's the tattoo artist Kivo interviewing Brittany Bowen. Looking at her body language, I'm going to keep it 100. We're almost a year to the date, and she still got to look up and think about stuff. Think about it. She told this story 1,000 times, and please remember, she is not American. She is Guamian. Yes, she's from Guam. Look at her hair. You could look at her features and tell she's not from here. She's from Guam. You understand what I'm saying? But I had already let people know that, you know, Darian wasn't from that area. You know what I'm saying? And this right here, of all the places to be doing interviews, she's at a tattoo parlor. She's still trying to be fly and fresh. Like, you know, I'm not judging her or nothing, but we already almost past a year, and she still basically gotta look up to get the story straight. I'm just saying, it's just my personal opinion. The full interview, I'm probably gonna look at it or might put it on audio or something, but I don't know, man. As far as this story, it's the same thing. I didn't hear the whole thing. I don't need to hear the whole thing to know that it's holes in it. You know what I'm saying? But that was the Brittany Bowens interview. She's saying nothing different at all to this.
Planet of the Fakes 4 Families. And Pig. Star. HH. News. Opinions on the Brittany Bowens interview. Why does she keep laughing when she tells about the baby's injuries? Even after a year, you shouldn't be about to talk to someone like it's juicy gossip. When I talk about my grandmother that passed 10 years ago, I still choke up and cry. Skeptical smiley face. How she gonna say it's so long ago she can't remember, but that's her child, you always gonna remember. She has done a lot of lying and now it's catching up. You keep lying, telling a lie on top of lie, and it's catching up. You said you flew, now you took the bus. Now I see why Cornell was talking for you, cause you just digging yourself deeper and deeper. You know exactly what happened. Shame on you, Brittany. Wait, is she telling a story about a stranger, or is this the same horrible inhuman reality the world experienced? I pray God exposes her for the fraud, fake she is. I guarantee you feel a whole lot better than a little girl that you left at home supposedly with a man and it's obvious you didn't check up on. I don't believe you. She took the bus or a plane to see her father. She was comfortable leaving her kids with Darian even after her daughter had her head cracked. Why didn't she report her own daughter missing? You let your step-brother give the details on a possible kidnapping case. What happened to the 4 Mexicans? Why was she so comfortable talking about the body parts of her daughter? No tears. She accepted no fault in this. No angry at hateful comments about Darian. No plea to the public to call the police if they saw something. Nothing is making sense. Well, she still says her mother picked her up from the airport after she says she took the bus. Lol. I think she was supposed to take the plane but couldn't leave on time cause she killed her baby, then took the bus but didn't want anyone to know, so her mother and friend lied for her cause Darian left for work, so who was gonna watch Maleah anyway? Did anyone think of that? Darian was at work and Maleah was at home. Who was supposed to watch her if she was supposed to leave to go to her dad's? I remember this well. She said her dad died at least then. Now she says something different. Well, she knew what she was gonna do. Darian did not kill this child and he didn't dump her body. Brittany did both, and that's not a rumor. How she don't remember so much from what is supposed to be the worst nightmare to her? I think she was involved and Bin knew. She must not have any lawyers, because ain't no way I'm doing a street interview. And some stuff she said can still be used in court, I'm sure. Either way, I don't want to disrespect Kivo, but damn Kivo, you got to the nitty-gritty then sped way to the end. Either way, she neglected Maleah. I'm sorry, there is no one that will change my mind that she knew he killed that baby. I swear she was cold when it happened and ain't nothing changed. I cannot stand her, it really pisses me off. Like, how could you leave your child with someone you know that has physically abused before? Girl, GTFOH. May you have a cell right next to him. Once again, it's all about her and how she feels and what she was going through. But didn't give a damn what her daughter had went through nor was going through. No emotion at all. How can you just chill and laugh your baby gone? This which makes me flesh crawl. I just have one index pointing up question. Why Maleah wasn't with her dad like her brother, face with monocle seem planned to me. It doesn't make any sense. Please someone make it make sense to me. What's missing? How you can't remember something that was affecting your kids. Your stories change. How you remember everything from when she had the head injury but not the events around her passing. It's a flaw in her timeline. She said she had a stomach virus but then goes to say that she had old and new blood from the stomach virus incident at her dad's and then the table incident. I'm no doctor but fought. Person facepalming medium light skin tone female sign. She is trying to manipulate PPL to leave her alone by claiming she has been suicidal. Yet she sure hasn't missed any meals. We will never leave her alone. She should have thought about the backlash before she abused that precious baby, then was a co-conspirator in her homicide. If Brittany truly is suicidal, I believe that it's from the guilt, not Maleah's passing. Person shrugging light skin tone female sign. I believe you have good intentions to give her a chance to speak. However, she is a liar. She stated that Saturday morning around 7:00 to 10 is when they went to file a missing person report. Well, if anyone remember the interview Brittany mother gave, she said after she picked Brittany up from the airport and went to Brittany apartment to see if they might have been there sleep or something and no one was there, they went back to her house, the mother's house, and later on that morning around that 7 o'clock to 10 a.m. time frame Brittany just gave that Brittany took her car and went to go file a missing person report on all three of them. But they never heard back from the police station and she, Brittany mom, thought that was strange, so she went back up there to see what was going on. And the police told her well she needed to fill out these 3 forms and they gave her a phone number to contact the missing person that was only open during the week. So that morning Brittany went to Darian brother house instead of filing that missing person report. Brittany, Darian brother knows exactly what happened and came up with that story of being kidnapped. They need to pressure the brother and his wife. I understand you know Brittany, but she is not being honest and she needs to tell the truth because Maleah needs justice. Lord forgive her and give her strength to tell the truth. My father died when I was 6 to very day 40 years later. I can tell you exactly what day it was and how it went. You said you were worried about CPS, then he wasn't under CPS but then y'all were. Don't even try to blame that shit on Maleah's dad, if you felt.
Hi, what up, y'all? I just did this video and I deleted it by mistake, so I gotta do it over. We're at a year to the date Maleah Davis was discovered, the body. And her mother still can't seem to get her story right. And if you notice, videos been using the word story. Why we don't categorize real life depictions as stories. You know what I mean? The situation, but I guess you could call it a story. Stories are usually written, not lived out. You understand what I'm saying? But it's ironic that not only YouTubers use the word story, but her own mother basically trying to recall the incident. She even calls it a story and says she's trying to get the storyline correctly. Storylines? So what happened to her daughter's a storyline. Here goes my receipt, y'all. Check it out.
After Maleah was missing, where were the other kids?
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to go according to the storyline. So
she's trying to go according to the storyline or the chain of events. Wouldn't a mother say, I'm trying to go in the timeline or in the chain of events or, the time of the situation? How many of y'all would use the word storyline to describe the Maleah Davis situation? I won't even call it a story.
So I'm talking about after the Maleah was missing, where were the other kids?
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to go according to the storyline. So during that whole day, we was looking for them. We couldn't find them, whatever. Later on that night.
And how many of y'all would have a whatever? You gotta realize when something traumatic like this happens to somebody, you don't only tell you don't even tell people the story 1,000 times, but you go over the story 1,000,000 times in your head, where you'll be saying it fluently because you've been not only saying it to people, but you've been saying it to yourself. You never gonna say whatever. What is a whatever? When you hear whatever, people normally are lying to you and can't fill in that gap.
Trying to go according to the storyline. So during that whole day, we was looking for them. We couldn't find them, whatever. Later on that night, which was Saturday, it was that Saturday. I got a phone call saying that only Corbin and Darian appeared at the hospital.
All right, that word appear, that's words that you normally use on legal documents dealing with courts. How many of y'all would say, I invited guests over to my house and they appeared 9 hours late? Nobody would say that. You would say they either arrived, they either came late, they showed up late. You wouldn't use the words appear. Once I heard that word appear, I knew that it's some type of legal litigations involved. What is she, a paralegal? She shouldn't be using words like appeared at the hospital. That's specifically for courts. You understand? Appear. Appear, y'all. Let's hear it again.
Saying that only Corbin and Darian appeared at the hospital at Methodist. I think that's the hospital in Sugarland.
She think after a year, she think that's the hospital in Sugarland. Now think about it. After a year, the story going on, would you actually have to think about what the hospital was? Think about that, y'all. And who picked them up from the hospital? If that's the case, who picked them up?
Something was going on with your only daughter. You would have never left her alone with any man, period. You are an accomplice to my little cousin's disappearance and her death. Sorry excuse for a mother. You out getting tatted and doing interviews and shit and not shedding any tears a year later. So sorry you had to go through such horrendous circumstances of sweet Maleah. I saw how she tried to throw her father under the bus when it was all her and that man, of hers doings. Yeah, box with all her demons. Perfect example how she is. Too busy smoking on her patio and playing on her phone for an HR while he dropped the kids at daycare. He brung Maleah back home, without her knowing, and not hearing sweet Maleah inside her apartment. Before she left out of state, how does a mom not know her own kid is home? When she was supposed to be at daycare. I've never met a kid that will stay silent for that long and have mom walk out the door without a hug and kiss. Go back to Brittany mother interview she first gave and compare to this one. You will see the lies Brittany telling. Please go back and look. Brittany mother said Brittany took her car that morning to go and file a missing person report around that same time frame. Brittany giving 7 o'clock to 10 a.m. Brittany went to see Darian at his brother's apartment. I'm telling you she is lying. There's 31 days in April. I'm hoping she meant the 21st. But the news said she left April 30th. That's not a week and sure isn't 2 weeks of time there. If your dad died, how hard is it to remember the timeline? So cool, calm and collect. If I lost any of my kids, I wouldn't even know how to contain myself. Loudly crying face. This 2018 timeline of how she got her first CPS case. She said something was going on internally, in the stomach area, and the DRS said it was a stomach virus after she left her dad's house, July 6 to 8th. Then you say later down the line she hit her head on the table, July 28th, and got stitches. Then come August 1st she had old and new blood from the same viral infection in the stomach and the table incident. Hey, am I tripping? She had old and new blood in her head from a stomach virus and her hitting her head on the table. Somebody help me understand. I tried to give Brittany benefit of the doubt, but she just makes my skin crawl, bro. FR. She stumbled so many times and tried to clean up the mess she was spewing. April 31st, thinking face. When my mom picked me up I started telling her what was going on. Well, actually she told me on her way to pick me up if they showed up to let her know so she could turn around. Thinking face. I knew Brittany went to Massachusetts twice, but this was the first I heard about a bus ride for the first trip. I didn't know Joe, Darian's brother, had went to the apartment, but I do remember him making the first call to the PD after Brittany made it to his house that Saturday morning. At first Darian went back to Ms. Brenda's house after leaving the hospital, but she didn't mention anything about that here. Person shrugging, light skin tone female sign, there's just too much missing. Too many lies. Where is the anger? Pouting face, tears, loudly crying face, begging, pleading face, frustration face with steam from nose, sadness, pensive face, cussing face with symbols on mouth, Darian's ass out face with symbols on mouth, and etc. Person shrugging, light skin tone female sign, 100 points, thinking face, it's still all about me, my. Person gesturing, okay, light skin tone female sign, face with rolling eyes, grimacing face, sneezing face, person getting massage, light skin tone female sign, a tired face, bro, fr broken heart face with steam from nose, like it's just so ridiculously pathetic, bro, fr person getting massage, light skin tone female sign, praying person kneeling, light skin tone female sign, for God to reveal Maleah's truth so that #justice for Maleah can be served to the fullest extent of the law against any and all involved in Maleah's abuse, cover-up, failure, murder, and everything in between, ! Period, ! I pray person kneeling, light skin tone female sign, heart exclamation, person bowing, light skin tone female sign, in Jesus name, raising hands, medium light skin tone, raising hands, medium light skin tone, amen, folded hands, medium light skin tone, amen, folded hands, medium light skin tone, raising hands, medium light skin tone, raising hands, medium light skin tone, much love, 2 hearts, respect, raised fist, medium light skin tone, and blessings, raising hands, medium light skin tone, smiling face with heart eyes, smiling face with hearts, face blowing a kiss, God bless you and yours always, raising hands, medium light skin tone, 100 points, face blowing a kiss, God bless you and yours always, raising hands, medium light skin tone, 100 points, love you gesture, medium light skin tone, always, raising hands, medium light skin tone, raising hands, medium light skin tone, 100 points, sign of the horns, medium light skin tone, hugging face, kiss mark, hugging face, kiss mark, winking face, balance scale, unicorn heart with ribbon, rainbow, #justice for Maleah, rainbow heart with ribbon, unicorn, balance scale, candle, fleur de lis, South Louisiana, fleur de lis candle. That woman is full of it. She killed the child and the ex-boyfriend is taking the blame. He won't open his mouth and tell the truth. It's something else to this story that needs to come out, and only God knows the real truth, and he will bring forth the truth on his time. So don't think you got away with anything. You happen. Sometimes it takes years before the truth to come out. You have not escaped. I pray that God will trouble your spirit, that you will not get any peace until you reveal the truth. What happened to that baby? Be blessed. Everything about this case bothered my soul from day one, as if she was a child of mine. I will never understand how you leave your precious cargo with someone you're feuding with and go out of town and expect them to not be tampered with or harmed. Anyone with a heart, paternal senses should have kicked in and red flags went up and should have known better. This story had too many holes then and still to this day. You went from flying to riding a bus. Quanell X said you continued to communicate with this man while in jail and sending him letters, and he decided to no longer represent you because of all the inconsistencies in your story. As parents, we're looked at as our kids' protesters, and if they can't depend on us, then who can they depend on to protect them? You could have left them with your family instead of this clown. I think you failed your kids miserably and pray that you will one day acknowledge that, but I also pray that you get help and find peace. I would never wish ill on anyone because we all fall short, but just acknowledge your blind eye you turned and role you played in this. Full video.
What up, y'all? Planet of the Fakes, king of content. Thank you for looking at my video. And also, I need y'all to basically follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is it ain't even POTF. It's just planet_of_the fakes. Planet_of_the fakes. Subscribe to all my channels too, mainly Planet of the Fakes, Umbrella Corp, POTFS, Planet of the Fakes Women Group, Planet of the Fakes 4KDZ, and make sure you like us on Facebook. Just put POTFS Global News. Thanks for watching our video, and definitely make sure you visit www.amordash-ika.com/TV, and that's basically where you see thousands of videos on our website, unflaggable, uncopyrightable. You could be there too. Just get your content together. King of content, queens of content, Planet of the Fakes too. We are a platform. With that being said, what you heard and saw was the content. For additional content, click the link in the description. Like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, visit my community wall, and if you have time, go to www.amore-ika.com/TV. That's our Planet of Fakes too. We are the new umbrella, Planet of. And I wanted to bring some things to your attention. Oh, you know I'm going to follow that. You know I'm going to follow that. I'm going to follow that. Oh, I'm definitely going to follow that. I'm following that. I'm following that. Following that. Skip, 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 skip. Skip, 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 skip. Oh, I'm following that. 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 Oh, I'm following that. I'm following